welcome to reInvent 789. Today I'm going to talk about the Tesla Model Y and why I think this video is worth 1 million views at least. First of all, I'm going to compare it to the Volkswagen Beetle. Volkswagen Beetle was ahead of its time. A vehicle built in the 1950s that could do something that many vehicles today cannot do. It was able to stay afloat for 40 minutes. The only vehicles that I can compare that to is some of the Teslas. The Tesla Model Y had a plus and a minus. The plus was the actual front trunk area, which had a high capacity of volume of air, be able to keep the vehicle afloat, causing displacement. The minus is, if this happened, if it filled up with water, causing the front of the car to pitch forward like an internal combustion engine, pushing the air outside of the seals around the doors and windows. I will talk about that a bit later. The next image you can see is the area around the front trunk, which has a seal around it, keeping the water out. You can see from the next image that the front trunk area is quite deep, and this is of benefit to keeping your car afloat for longer. The rear underboot storage area I view is very important, as this would balance it out, and you can see how deep this goes from this next image. I'm also going to talk about some of the internal structure of the vehicle. You can see from the area housing the induction motor at the back, if this area was to be kept airtight, could cause the vehicle to stay afloat for longer also. As you can tell, I am quite passionate about the whole idea of a vehicle staying afloat. I can see inside the internal construction of the door, it seems to house an air pocket inside there, and the other clue is that it has actually got an air pressure sensor inside there, thus keeping the thus sensing a crash, or possibly filling with water, which would change the air pressure inside the door, much like how a wash machine senses how much water is in the drum and stops filling. You can see from the look of the sensor is face downwards. This is why I think it's to do with water as well. And the next image to me is something that is majorly important, which I spoke of slightly earlier, that is to do with the door seals. There's actually 2 seals in around the doors of this vehicle. There's one on the door and one on the frame. If you can keep the air inside the vehicle, it would keep the vehicle afloat for longer. As soon as the doors are opened, the vehicle would sink very quickly. So this to me is of major interest. If you're able to keep the seals in around the door, it would stop water getting into the vehicle. Thank you for listening to my video. Please like and subscribe, because this is my first video, and I would like to talk about things like maybe the Tesla Cybertruck, because I think there's interesting design features. Sorry, my TV has just gone out. Thanks, like and subscribe.